All right, Alfred Teleferro, Mr. Teleferro TV. All right, I'm gonna do this because this is something that's been on my mind for quite some time. All right, as you hear these Kevin Love for Carmelo Anthony trade rumors, I want to go ahead and have a conversation. We're gonna do some, and I expect this to do numbers. Um, I honestly expect people to have their own opinions about this one, but I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. This notion that Kevin Love and Carmelo Anthony are even in the same stratosphere as players at this point in their career is absolutely ridiculous. In fact, if I really wanted to, I bet, I bet if we were doing a draft, I bet, and this ain't no 2K, this is real life basketball. If you were doing a draft, I bet I could name to you 30 guys that you would draft before Carmelo Anthony without even thinking twice about it. All right, y'all want to do it? Y'all really want to go through this list? Let's do it. All right, so my first list is players that, without a shadow of a doubt, they're better than Carmelo Anthony. There is no second thought that they're better than Carmelo Anthony. In no particular order. We'll go ahead and do this list. LeBron James, not even a debate. Carmelo Anthony has never been better than LeBron James. Steph Curry, without a shadow of a doubt, I don't think anybody's debating that Melo's better than Steph Curry. Kevin Durant, honestly, Kevin Durant is an upgrade from Carmelo Anthony at every stat. Russell Westbrook, he's averaging a triple-double. Melo would never get close to 10 assists a game. James Harden, he revisited every aspect of his game and literally has become a on steroids Steve Nash. I don't think there's any comparison between James Harden and Carmelo Anthony. Kawhi Leonard, he's literally a great defender and a really good offensive scorer. Melo has never been a good defender in the NBA. DeMarcus Cousins, the guy's a freak of nature. The only possibility that, the only thing that could go wrong with DeMarcus Cousins is his attitude is out of this world. Keep it moving. Anthony Davis, the guy's talented, scoring, blocks, rebounds. I don't know anybody in their right mind who would pick Carmelo Anthony over Anthony Davis. And Kyrie Irving. I mean, Kyrie Irving might be the most talented point guard. He might have the most talent in the NBA, period. All right? The guy is multifaceted. He can shoot, dribble. He can, literally get his shot. He can defend. He steal the ball. Like, Kyrie Irving is better than Carmelo Anthony. So right now we're at 9 guys. And those are just givens. That ain't even something I thought about. Those are givens. Let's keep it moving, all right? Now, this next list is players that are either in their prime, close to their prime, but to me, if I was a GM and I had these guys in front of me, there would be a no-brainer that I would take these guys over Carmelo Anthony. All right, Klay Thompson, the guy's a great shooter. Right now, can you really tell me that Melo's great at anything right now? What is Melo great at right now, guys? Jimmy Butler, a really good defender, and he's becoming a really good offensive player. And a clutch gene. John Wall. The guy's averaging a double-double, points and assists. He's literally leading his Washington Wizards team. They had won 17 straight games at home, something like that, before Cleveland yesterday. DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is having a breakout season, maybe his best season to date. Missed a few games, but DeMar DeRozan, honestly, to me, is somebody that I wouldn't think twice. Averaging 27.8 points a game. DeMar DeRozan is, to me, head and shoulders better at this point in their careers than Carmelo Anthony, and more efficient as well. Blake Griffin when healthy. Blake Griffin has improved his jump shot, Blake Griffin is getting better with strength. He can shoot that jumper. He can attack the rim. And I just believe a better quality player right now than Carmelo Anthony. Isaiah Thomas is playing like an MVP. I'm not even going to get into that. Kevin Love, this whole conversation about Kevin Love. While I got Kevin Love, let's go ahead and say this. Kevin Love and Carmelo Anthony are theoretically averaging the same amount of points. With that being said, to me, this is just my opinion about this. By the way, Carmelo's averaging 22.9. Kevin Love is averaging 20.4. Kevin Love plays alongside guys you might have heard of, LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. Carmelo Anthony gets the most shots on his team by far. All right? That they're both about the same in point. Kevin Love is let's not even get into the rebound discussion. That's not even a thing. Carmelo can't rebound like Kevin Love. Outlet passes. Kevin Love might be the best outlet passer in the NBA. Defender. The numbers say Kevin Love gives more energy, more effort on the defensive side of the ball than Carmelo Anthony does. Let's keep it moving. And these are still guys that I deem in their prime and better than Carmelo Anthony. Marc Gasol of the Memphis Grizzlies. Great passer. Arguably the best big man in the game. A lot of people believe that. Can score, can shoot. He has even improved his outside jumper this year. To me, Marc Gasol is a no-brainer. Andre Drummond. I think Andre Drummond is a no-brainer. He's better than the guy's a double-double machine. He is great at rebounding and great at dunking at this point in his career. Again, I don't know if Melo's great at anything. Draymond Green. Now, though there's a lot of talent present on the Golden State Warriors team, somebody has to keep this together. Draymond Green is a guy that can guard the 4 and the 5. Melo has never been capable of guarding the 5. Decent at guarding the 4. Draymond Green is somebody who you can put on LeBron James at any point, but at the same time you can put on Tristan Thompson. Draymond Green averages, about 8 assists, something like that. Even though he has those weapons, Draymond Green is a better overall player at this point than Carmelo Anthony. Paul George. I think Paul George, somebody who's kind of going backwards to me, but I think he's a good offensive player and a good defensive player. I don't know if Melo is somebody I would consider a good defensive player. Mike Conley, coming off being the highest paid player in NBA history, has knocked down a lot of clutch shots. He's been the point guard of a team that's consistently in the playoffs. He's been one of the leaders of this team. I got to give him the edge just on the simple fact that he gets his team to the playoffs alongside Marc Gasol. Melo has helped this year. I got to give him that slight edge, all right? Keep it moving. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo has length, athleticism, an innate sense to get to the rim. He's only going to get better. I think Giannis Antetokounmpo at this point in his career is better than Carmelo Anthony. Kemba Walker, an all-star game representative. I think at this point in his career, he's better than Carmelo Anthony. Has a go-to crossover move. I like his game. Hassan Whiteside, again, fits in that Andre Drummond category as a double-double machine. And if I was drafting a team, I would just rather have him than Carmelo Anthony. Damian Lillard, I think that's a no-brainer for me. Damian Lillard, a leader. He's athletic around the rim with lay-ins. I would take him over Carmelo Anthony. Bradley Beal, because of his shooting ability and that power in him and how he can be deadly from that three-point range, I would take him over Carmelo Anthony. Gordon Hayward, all-star for the first time, I would take him over Carmelo Anthony. I just would. If something's telling me that I would take Gordon Hayward over Carmelo Anthony. So now we're in a list of these next group of guys are guys that I deem the future, and to me, they're just better than Carmelo Anthony right now. If I was starting a team, I would take these guys over Carmelo Anthony. All right, let's start with Melo's teammate, Kristaps Porzingis. At this point in his career, I think Kristaps Porzingis should be the guy that the Knicks run their offense through. I think that's one of the problems in NYC. Kristaps Porzingis has the capabilities of being a mixture of a Dirk and an Andreas Bargnani. I'm taking Porzingis. By the way, through those first two categories, I was already at 27 names. Kristaps Porzingis makes it 28. Karl Anthony Towns. There's no debate there. Karl Anthony Towns is a better player than Carmelo Anthony. Andrew Wiggins, he has the potential of being a great defender and offensively close to Tracy McGrady. Rudy Gobert, a block machine, can change a game from just blocks alone. I think he somebody I would draft over Carmelo Anthony. Devin Booker is a scorer. He's going to be special in this league. Joel Embiid, once he gets healthy, I would take him over Carmelo Anthony, the guy showing signs of Hakeem Olajuwon. Jabari Parker, I've seen signs. On just potential alone, I would take him over Carmelo Anthony. CJ McCollum, it's just him and Damian Lillard essentially in Portland. And when Damian Lillard went down, CJ McCollum really stepped up. They had a worse team on paper than what the Knicks have. Right? I can't give Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum a hard time when Melo still has a decent Derrick Rose, Kristaps Porzingis, and a few other complimentary players. So I'll take McCollum over him. And then in another category, I have two veterans that I just would still take over. I just would still take these guys over Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, and Al Horford. So right now, not even getting too far into things, I have 37 players that I would take over Carmelo Anthony. And if I really wanted to get in the midst of things, I'm pretty sure Denver has a couple players that if I really was starting a team, I would take over Carmelo Anthony. The Lakers have a couple young guys. If I really wanted to, I could probably take these guys over Carmelo Anthony. Maybe the Hawks have a guy too. Orlando might have a guy or two. The list could go on and on. I feel like I was being generous with my list. This is not a knock against Carmelo Anthony, the person. I think he's a phenomenal individual, but this is just business, nothing personal. I think all these guys are better than Carmelo Anthony, and I would draft them if I was starting a team over Carmelo Anthony. Comment response below. I would love to hear what you have to think about this one. Thank y'all for the time, love, support. Salute. I'm